Afraid of the light. We can easily forgive a child who is afraid of the dark. The real tragedy of life is when men are afraid of the light. A child fears the dark because the dark is unknown. Shadows seem dangerous, silence feels frightening, and the imagination creates monsters where there are none. We understand this fear because it is innocent. A child has not yet learned how the world works. Fear in that stage of life is natural. But the deeper tragedy begins when grown people no longer fear darkness, they fear the light. The light in life represents truth, responsibility, growth, wisdom, and self-awareness. It is the moment when excuses disappear and reality becomes impossible to ignore. Many people spend their lives avoiding that light because once something is clearly seen, it can no longer be denied. Some are afraid of the light because it exposes who they truly are. Darkness allows people to hide behind distractions, pride, false identities, and comfortable illusions. In darkness, a person can pretend to be happy while feeling empty inside. They can pretend to be strong while secretly broken. They can blame others instead of confronting their own weaknesses. But light reveals everything honestly. Truth can be uncomfortable. It takes courage to admit, I was wrong. I hurt people. I am wasting my potential. I have been living in fear. I need a change. Many people would rather remain in familiar darkness than face the painful work of transformation. Darkness becomes comfortable because it asks nothing from us. The light, however, demands responsibility. Once you see clearly, you are challenged to grow. That is why some people avoid wisdom, avoid silence, avoid self-reflection, and even avoid opportunities that could change their lives. Not because they are incapable, but because growth requires leaving behind the version of themselves they have become attached to. Sometimes people fear their own greatness more than their failures. Failure is familiar. Playing small feels safe. Remaining unnoticed protects us from criticism, rejection, and pressure. But stepping into the light means allowing yourself to be fully seen. It means accepting your gifts, your calling, your responsibilities, and the possibility that you are capable of much more than you once believed. Light exposes not only weakness, but potential. And potential can be terrifying because it removes excuses. The student who knows they could succeed must now decide whether they will discipline themselves. The person who knows they deserve better must decide whether they will leave unhealthy situations behind. The dreamer who realizes their dream is possible must confront the risk of trying and failing publicly. The light asks something from us: honesty, courage, discipline, and change. Throughout life, many people stay surrounded by noise because silence might force them to hear their own thoughts. Others remain trapped in toxic environments because freedom feels unfamiliar. Some reject wisdom because ignorance allows them to continue living comfortably without accountability. But avoiding the light never creates peace. It only delays growth. Eventually, truth catches up with everyone. The longer we run from it, the heavier life becomes. Fear grows stronger in avoidance. But the moment we face the light directly, we often discover that what we feared was not destruction, but transformation. Real strength is not pretending to have no fear. Real strength is walking toward truth despite fear. The people who grow the most in life are usually not the people with the easiest circumstances. They are the people willing to confront themselves honestly. They allow the light to reveal their flaws, not to shame themselves, but to improve themselves. They understand that discomfort is often the beginning of wisdom. Light heals what darkness hides. A person who faces truth becomes freer. Freer from denial. Freer from insecurity. Freer from resentment. Freer from pretending. There is a quiet power in self-awareness. When you stop hiding from reality, life becomes clearer. Your decisions improve. Your relationships deepen. Your character strengthens. You stop wasting energy protecting false versions of yourself. The tragedy of life is not ignorance alone. It is choosing blindness when the light is already available. Every person eventually faces a choice. Remain comfortable in darkness, or step into the painful but beautiful process of becoming better. The light may expose you at first, but it also guides you. And perhaps that is the greatest lesson of all. The things that challenge us most deeply are often the very things that can set us free.